What's up, everybody? It's Aaron Duncan here. Unnecessary Bluntness Sports Talk. You guys already know this is the channel where I might not tell you what you want to hear. I'll put an emphasis on I might not tell you what you want to hear. For some people in the comments and the viewers, they get butthurt over the stuff I say. But it's definitely what you need to hear. We got a Wednesday. I'm stupid late. I'm an hour and 15 minutes late. Sorry about that. I know that I schedule these things for 8 o'clock, but things happen. What up, though? Everybody checking in. Donald Gonzalez, the first one in. Dirtbag Dime in the building. What up, though? You know what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all tuning in. People piling in, I see. Y'all got to get on the notification game. If you're not on notification game, make sure you hit the bell icon. Jay Steve's in this thing. What up, though? Make sure you hit that bell icon. That way you get the notification as soon as I start the live stream. That's because, I don't know, man, like, sometimes stuff happens. I don't get to make my notes for the live stream. I figured out that live streams are a lot more lit when I don't wing it and I actually make notes. So sometimes I get home late from work and I want to sit down and make a couple notes. That way I can stay on task, make this thing go nice and smooth, like, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you guys get a video thumbs up as y'all checking in, and make sure y'all drop that what up, though. If you haven't already, let me get my stuff together. Pull up the live stream on my laptop. You know what I'm saying? Complete chaos in this thing. And wifey in the building. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody in the building checking in. Appreciate y'all being with your boy the day before Thanksgiving. I ain't gonna lie, I almost didn't make it on this one. I'm hitting the road in the morning, but I'm here for y'all. I'm hitting the road. I'm going up to South Carolina, back to the crib to get some turkey, some dressing, some giblet gravy, some collard greens, some neck bones, some turnip greens, some cornbread, some who knows, all the above. You know what I'm saying? You name it. You know, but I love this holiday. Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday. Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday. Happy Thanksgiving to you too, complete cast. Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday. You know, you get to that certain age. You get to that certain age where, yeah, JT, that country boy, yeah, from South Carolina, yo. But you get to that certain age, man, where you don't get as excited for Christmas because you start doing more shopping and spending more money than getting gifts. Like there's that thin line where you stop getting gifts from people and buying gifts for everybody becomes almost like a chore. So that's when Thanksgiving became my favorite holiday because it's too much pressure. I end up going shopping on Black Friday. I love shopping on Black Friday. I love the hustle and bustle. I love all that stuff. But now I'm at a point. I got flat screens everywhere. I got a laptop. I'll probably get a webcam. That'll be the one thing I'll do. That way I can crank my live stream game up a notch. However, I pretty much got all the electronics that I need, man. So it's like, what do I buy now? I don't need any more clothes. I don't need anything. I don't know. I just like shopping. So I'll be out. Y'all let me know if y'all going shopping or anything or what y'all looking for. If y'all get one of those cheap TVs from Walmart or Target, they got some crazy deals going on. So, but I did that. I went shopping on Thanksgiving one year. I went out like 6 o'clock. I never really camped out. But I mean, I like shopping at 1, 2, 3 in the morning. It's cool. Coming back, taking a nap, getting up, getting a biscuit, going back out, doing it all over again. You know what I mean? So, yeah, the holiday, this is my favorite holiday. Get to eat food. You get to go to 3 different grandma's house, 2 or 3 different grandma's house. Donald Clark, what up, though? He said he got the roasted falcons in the oven brewing up. I hear you. I hear you. He said it's gonna be some bird. What up, Roman Ace? What up, though? Make sure y'all drop the what up, though. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up when you slide on through. But I love food, man. I love food, yo. You know what I'm saying? So, like I get to go to your grandma's house. You get to go to other people's grandma's house to get food. All the desserts. You know what I'm saying? You know the dessert table is crazy at grandma's house. You got banana pudding, red velvet cake, pecan pie, sweet potato pie. I don't eat pumpkin pie, but your grandma might make it. Mine doesn't. I'll tell you that. You got pineapple upside down cake. Family's Thanksgiving versus the black family's Thanksgiving. He lists like the menu and how everything works. I thought it was pretty funny. Make sure y'all check it out. John Claus say Carson works. He's done because I'll say he got 3 meals. His, the old lady, the parents, the guy parents, lunch, late afternoon. He said I'm gonna be fat. Hey, I went to the gym today just to make sure I'm good and full. That's one reason I like to shop. I like to walk all that Thanksgiving food off after I eat. You know what I'm saying? You know, you get your food in, got to eat early. You sleep through the Lions game because they play every year at 1 o'clock and the games are crappy. So you sleep through the Lions game. You wake you wake up for the 4 o'clock game. Get your mind right. Get some more food in. You know what I'm saying? Get right. Chill. You can throw back a couple adult beverages and get ready for this primetime game. Because this year, usually the 4 o'clock game is the best game. This year, that night game is where it's at. We already know what time it is. The Saints versus the Falcons. We're going to get into that. That's going to be my first prediction, of course. Got to cover a couple little things, though. A little house cleaning with the NFL, some news and stuff. I don't really have too much news to talk about. Just a couple topics I saw come across. I'll maybe get into I don't want to get into the Hall of Fame stuff. There's too many people in there. There's a lot of semifinalists. Shout out to like Tony Gonzalez and shout out to Sam Mills for being a semifinalist too. God rest his soul. But let's talk about Monday Night Football, man. We all saw it. You know what I'm saying? The offensive explosion. I always like to, y'all know me, I always like to say defense optional, you know, because you can play it if you want to. If not, just make sure your team get the ball back with plenty of time left at the end of the game. That's kind of the mentality of these types of teams. And there's a couple teams in the NFL built just like those guys. Was that yeah, like I said, like Dirtbag Don, you said the same thing. Like Donald Gonzalez, there was no consistent defense. Getting turnovers is not playing good defense. Giving up 40 points is not good defense. Yes, you make 2 plays. Does that mean that you play good defense? No. If a quarterback throw 2 touchdowns, but the rest of the game, he's 5 for 23 passing, but he had 2 crazy touchdowns. Does that mean he had a good game? No. You don't get credit for 2 plays. You can't wash away all your sins from the other bunch of points you gave up. You know what I'm saying? But John Close said he's going to be on the road in New York. It's going to be cold up there, homie, because it's cold down here. I'm in the South, and it's cold. I know you're going to be freezing. Make sure you pack your winter coat. But it's going to be it's going to be a pretty good game, man. Everybody's going to be watching. My prediction for that game is coming up. Like I said, Dirtbag Don said he still feel the Chiefs are the better team. You know what I mean? And I can't. A lot of people said that same thing about the Patriots game because both these games they only lost by 3. Both these games are on the road. Everybody knows Foxborough is a hard place to play, and Patrick Mahomes. You got to take the good with the bad in that game. I mean, he had 5 turnovers, but my man has 6 touchdowns. And it was just amazing. Like, yeah, Dirtbag, now you're taking all my points, man. You got to slow down, man. I'm trying to make some of these points. You putting them out there before I get a chance to, making me look bad. You know what I'm saying? But nah, I'm just joking. But the forward pass, bro, like, there's so many pass happy teams. Like, I understand, and I understand for the Rams' perspective. Todd Gurley got banged up a little bit. You could tell he was kind of gingered. They kind of had him in. He had a couple long runs later in the game, but they really much just ran to keep the defense honest enough. So I don't know. Mahomes, a lot of people want to talk about, oh yeah, exploitative turnovers. Like strip sacks, I give him partial blame for that, for holding on to the ball too long or not holding it tight enough. 1, 2, he has a long throwing motion, man. So it takes a while. He has a cannon. But it takes a while for him to wind that thing up. If you see his arm, man, that thing caught one of the strip sacks. He was trying to cock that thing back, and it just took too much time, especially when you're trying to throw it deep to Tyreek Hill, Mr. Go Get It himself. But a lot of people saying they feel better about the Chiefs now that they've seen them. Even in losses, they've looked pretty good. I can't disagree. They just got to make sure they get the home games. And it seems like I mean, you can't let New England hang around. What is New England like? They've lost 3 games, 4 games? You can't let New England hang around. They have the tiebreaker, so there's not too much room for error on that part. I don't know if the Chiefs have anybody tough left on their schedule. I think this was their last test. I mean, of course, they got the Chargers one more time, but I think there's not too many big tests. I mean, they beat the Chargers on the road earlier in the year, so they're going to be in Kansas City. They got the Texans. Do we believe in the Texans yet? They've won a bunch of games in a row, but do we believe in them is the question. We know their division is trash, so how much credit do you get for beating up teams in your division or other sorry teams too? So I don't know. I gotta do some more digging into those Texans. Are they pretenders or contenders? That's the question, the $1 million question. You know what I'm saying? But um, Texas hot right now. Colts are right on their tail too. Andrew Luck's been playing better. It's amazing what happens when you get a guy protection. Um, do I still think he's a little bit overrated? Yeah, but I think the hype has calmed down on him a little bit more. So I don't know. Somebody rumored that he was getting some MVP looks. I don't know. I don't know about that, but that's another topic for another day. I mean, Andrew Luck. I actually have a story I want to talk about on him eventually one day. That's probably a video for the off season on Andrew Luck, but it'll be pretty interesting. I got an idea on that. They're right down like you were saying though. These two teams got some of the elite running backs in the league. Both of them are Pro Bowlers. Some of the great young talented running backs in the league, and they barely had enough carries. I mean, it's just I don't know if these coaches just got caught up in the success of the past, or they got caught up in the desperation of feeling like you need to score quick, or not wanting to stick to your guns. Because Kareem Hunt is a beast, dude. Like he is stupid strong. Like we all know what Gurley can do, but Kareem Hunt, like I still don't think he gets all the credit he deserves because this dude is good in the passing game, the running game. He's strong. He can break tackles. He can jump over guys. He has speed. I mean, he's durable. He doesn't fumble the football. I mean, he's one of the best running backs in the league, man. You got to give it to him. You know what I'm saying? Well, I got to give it to him. Obviously, Andy Reid didn't want to give it to him enough on Monday, but that is what it is. John Close says, God darn, it's supposed to be in the low 20s. Oof. Hey, good luck, man. Stay close to the fire, bro. On that, you know what I'm saying? But let's get into it, man. So let's go to the next topic. I mean, the Monday night game, my thing is, a lot of people saying, oh, this is the new NFL. This is the way it is. Defense don't have to play great. Playing good defense is just getting a couple stops, getting a couple scores. I mean, yeah, but that's still, like, not everybody's dropping 50 points a game. I mean, only a couple teams in the league are dropping 40 and 50 on a regular like that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see every game going to be like this. Ron Rivera had a good comment that there's different trends. It's not that the rules are predicated so the defense will never be da-da-da. Yeah, they keep making these rules because the defense always catches up. I've said it before in previous videos. Like Ron Rivera says, it's not like it's just something that's unstoppable. It is right now. It's just something new. Like it's new. Like all these tricks and end arounds and college type offense is a new trend in the NFL. So once defenses get an off season and a good while of film to catch up versus just a week or a couple of days to break down film and think of strategies and formulate their roster to stop these teams, defenses will catch up eventually, and there'll be another BS rule by the NFL to make it harder, whether it's not hitting the quarterback like you see, not being able to hit receivers, not being able to touch receivers downfield. But the defense always catches up. They caught up to the Wildcat. They caught up to a lot of scrambling quarterbacks that play in the league that aren't really true dual threat quarterbacks. They caught up to the zone read for the most part. A lot of people still run it, but the teams are defending it a lot better than they did. Like I said, defenses always catch up. These guys are mad scientists when it comes to strategizing, and these guys always catch up. Let's move on to Lamar Jackson. So my man Lamar's been getting a lot of hate this week. Not really this week, but I just I keep my eye on social media, mainly Bleacher Report's comment section and NFL's comment section, and there's always that population. Oh, if he was gonna have 27 carries, he just play running back, or blah blah blah, this and that, or he's not a running back. Why is he carrying the ball so many times for so many yards and blah blah? I'm like, bro, come on, man. First of all, this is his first start. We knew what Lamar Jackson could do in college. Like, what you mean? Like, why are y'all acting like surprised? Like, this is not what he was gonna do. Especially until he figures out the passing game and how to make plays that way with both arm and his legs. Like, and I'm sure the coaches were very cautious with him as far as what plays they wanted to call for him. They wanted to give him stuff that he's comfortable with, like the same way that you see Norv Turner and Mike Shula calling similar stuff that Cam ran in college. That's the type of stuff that coaches do. The good coaches, they run stuff that you're familiar with, that you've been good at your whole life, and predicate towards you. They don't try to put you into their system. They try to put their system around you. Even Alex Smith, when he came with Harbaugh knew what he was familiar with in college, playing in that spread offense. So he ran a lot of that type of stuff. and some similar basic stuff. Like he did the same thing with Colin Kaepernick when Colin Kaepernick had success. If you want these guys to have early success, you'd be better off tailoring your offense to them instead of trying to put them into your cookie cutter offense. Roman A said he's the next Cam Newton and Russell Wilson. I think I think I would compare him more to like I would say a Deshaun Watson. He doesn't have the weapons of Deshaun. He doesn't have the offensive coaching of Deshaun, but I like his game in comparison to Deshaun because he's just he's more of a slasher and attack. He's more in attack mode as a runner. Cam, he gets downhill. He's not really. I mean, he gets what he can and he's like whatever. But Lamar Jackson, when he pulls that ball, He's in downhill attack mode. JC, yeah, he reminds me of Vic. I mean, he just seems like he's more of a decisive runner and he's more of a confident runner than I've seen in the league. Vic, he was out there just skating on dudes, making people look stupid. But Vic was something new. Like nobody had really seen a quarterback like Vic ever before. They've seen a quarterback like Lamar Jackson before, and that's Michael Vick. And so the mentality you can see him run with, he's not very scared to take hits. Granted, he needs to probably take less hits because I don't know if you guys remember Pat White that played for West Virginia. He got his first start and he got boned one time and his career was over. He's playing baseball now, somewhere in the minors. Yeah, I mean everybody's pretty much compared like it's Vic. He's just in attack mode, man. Like, now back when Vic played, they wasn't really spread offenses like this. So what Vic was doing was out of the pro style, playing with Dan Reeves, coming from under centers coming around. Lamar Jackson's kind of in that shotgun, similar to his college offense. I mean, that first drive, he had hella carries. I mean, he had 27 carries for 100-something teen yards. That's freaking ridiculous running numbers for a quarterback. Like 27 carries. There's running backs in the NFL that can't take 27 carries, and Lamar Jackson is doing. I mean, this guy just his acceleration, his speed, his quickness, everything, his toughness. Excuse me. He's a guy that I think he can be able to he maybe to add a little bit of pounds, but you don't want to slow him down and take his edge away. I mean, his edge is obviously his quickness and his speed. So I don't know. I just think that they're probably going to open up the offense a little bit more for him. But like I said, he's in mop-up duty for Flacco. He'll probably be starting again this week against the Raiders. So I think it's a good chance for him to get another win. And he won before. Now, Dirtbag Don asks, how does he look as a quarterback, like decision-making and accuracy? Now, the decision-making, I don't think is there yet. Accuracy, definitely not there yet. However, accuracy is something that can come with time. Decision making, the more football he sees, the better. Granted, he has the arm talent to make some throws. We saw him do that in college, and he had a pro style offense in college. Even though he ran a lot with Bobby Petrino. So maybe with Petrino probably about to getting fired. Maybe they'll bring him back on staff in the NFL. I doubt it. Falcons fans probably don't want to see him back in the league because he's a slime ball. But maybe they bring him in and help ease the transition for him. But I don't think the Ravens had a proper coaching staff to be able to develop a quarterback like that. So we'll see what he can do to develop that decision making and accuracy. But I think a lot of that stuff will come with experience. Yeah, like completely, he's agreeing with me. Like, yeah, the more snaps, the better he'll get. So I just think like with time, like I said, this will be the second. I think Flacco's week to week with that hip. They ruled him out already for this week, so Flacco will be out again. But I don't know. This will be the telltale. They're playing the Raiders. I want to see him make plays. Like, will he be able to Tom Brady, Joe Flacco, and like play great and make it to the point where Joe Flacco just never starts again and he ends up like Drew Bledsoe falling off the map? I don't know. I don't think Lamar is there yet to make that transition, but I think this could be the beginning of the end if Lamar plays well and stays healthy. Keyword stays healthy. So we'll see what happens. I don't want to spend too much time on that. Let's get into the NFC South. Let's talk about these injuries. O.J. Howard got put on IR. He's one of the better tight ends. I know he's a second-year tight end, but he took a huge step in his progress this year. He's made a ton of plays. Some of his numbers are pretty much off the charts. He was a big part of why this offense was good. And they run a two tight end system where him and Cameron Brate get a lot of targets and a lot of yards, and they make a lot of plays. And he will be missed. I mean, The Bucks are 3-7. They're pretty much out of contention for anything. But OJ Howard, you kind of like to see his development. You would like to see him healthy. You hate to see guys like him get hurt, especially when they're having such a breakout year in their second year. So Cameron Brate, they do have tight end depth, so I think they'll be fine. But heal up, ice up, get healthy, OJ. Let's talk about Davenport coming back to practice. Will he play tomorrow? I haven't read if he'll play tomorrow, but heard he's back to practice. I think the Falcons game might have been his breakout game. Not breakout game. I think he had a couple sacks against the Falcons the first time they played back in week 3. They said it's questionable. It's probably it's a short week. Do you need him? Probably. Pass rush depth will be fine, but the pass rush has been great the past few weeks without him. So you don't have to press him in there, especially on a short week. It's not the right scenario that you want to bring somebody back in. Donald Carter said rest up for the Cowboys. It's not a scenario you want to force somebody back in. And it is what it is. But like I said, you got every game is a must win. Rams are on a bye, but the Saints had the tiebreaker, but they had the same record, so they can't afford to lose any games. So you want all your horses lined up and rested up and healed up for these games as you get down to the back end of the stretch, because it's a long season. Granted, it's going by fast, guys. It's week 12. I didn't realize it was really week 12 until I made the thumbnail for this and realized that, dang, we almost 3/4 through this thing, man, through the regular season at least. Sad, man. Y'all know how long that offseason is. I'm not ready for this thing to be over. But let's get into these predictions. What you guys came for, waited for. I'm going to start with the Turkey Day game. I usually like to say the best game for last, but this game is tomorrow. Let's get right into it. This will be a rematch of week 3. And if you guys, I know you guys remember, Saints won 43-37 overtime in the Dome, the other Mercedes-Benz Stadium, not the Mercedes-Benz Dome, easily mistaken. But right now, I really taken? I don't know. I had to double take when I saw that the Saints were 13-point favorites against the Falcons. I'm like, hold on, 13 points? I know the Saints have covered, I think they're 8-1 against. I think they're 9-1 against the spread this year, which is cool. But 13 points, the Falcons are bad, but 13 points. This is a rivalry game, yo. 13 points. That's candy. I may put my money on the Falcons. I don't know. A lot of people are saying either bet the Saints or stay away from the thing whatsoever. The over-under is 60. I can see that. You know what I'm saying? That'd be great. Another primetime night game with a bunch of points scored. That's exactly what we need again. It won't be as explosive as the Rams and Chiefs game because they don't have the gunslingers like those teams have, but it could be some points as fireworks. I doubt they'll score 50-50, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Deion Jones is out, according to Dirtbag Don, for real. I thought he would be back this week. I thought he was practicing. It's a short week, which is the reason why, he won't play. Damn. I had no idea he was going to be out. And that's big. Yikes. I guess I should do my homework, huh? Because I heard he was practicing, but I thought they set him out last week so he could be right, but I guess he's just not right. That foot injury, I don't know, man. It sucks for them. But Donald Clark predicted 51-24. Donald Gonzalez predicts 42-34. Dirtbag Don said the Saints dropping 50. Okay, let's think about. Let's remember last game. Let's think back. I know it's been a long time. It's been 9 weeks. These teams have gone in 2 opposite directions since that last game. Keep in mind, this was a close game, a very close game. The Saints were actually down. Saints actually down in this game, and the Falcons actually made some mistakes that probably huge. You get a punt blocked in the game, you're most likely, I think the percentages are 80% of the time you get a punt blocked in the game, you're going to lose. That's what happened. The punt block pretty much brought the Saints back in the lead. Because I think the Falcons were up maybe 4 or 5 points at one point, and then block punt. You set the offense like that up in the red zone. It's gonna be crazy. The Falcons had the ball at the end of the game in the last drive at midfield. A missed blocking assignment by Tevin Coleman allowed for AJ Klein to hit Matt Ryan. He missed the pass, which ended up forcing the game in overtime. The Saints won the coin toss. Ended up taking it down and scoring a touchdown. Of course, we know how that goes. It reminded me of how the Super Bowl was. We knew in the Super Bowl when they played the Patriots that whoever won the coin toss is pretty much going to win that game in overtime because there were some struggles. Also remember the freaking whirly bird spin move that Drew Brees put on 2 Falcons defenders. That was wild. That's something that's very Falcon-like behavior when you let Drew Brees in open field spin on 2 defenders and go in for a touchdown. Like, these are the mistakes that I'm talking about, that the type of stuff that just happens to the Falcons. These are the mistakes that are easily corrected. Like mental mistakes like missing blocking assignments, allowing a block punt, like not tackling a quarterback who's not known for running at all. You know what I'm saying? It's wild to me. John Close said 45-10 Saints. Yo, I don't think it's going to be a blowout, man. I'm not going to lie. I thought Deion Jones was going to play. That was going to be big for me because we know Deion Jones. He's from that area. He went to LSU. He tends to make plays when he plays in that game. This I don't know. Last time we saw the Saints secondary get roasted by Calvin Ridley. 3 touchdowns. P.J. Williams got cooked multiple times. Granted, that was before Eli Apple. But we saw pretty much all the receivers eat. You know what I'm saying? The Falcons have a 3-deep receiving core. And we all know how shaky the third cornerback on the Saints roster can be. Hopefully, we'll see if they'll try to isolate them and him in certain situations, but they definitely like that matchup. They got 3 touchdowns out of Calvin Ridley with the deep ball. The deep ball is very big for them. We'll see. I mean, I think that the reason why it was like that on paper, looking at that game before, it shouldn't have been that close. I mean, granted, the mistakes the Falcons made, they were fortunate to have it that close the way the Saints had been playing, but the Saints were missing Mark Ingram. You know what I'm saying? But the Falcons did a good job of tackling and playing the screen game well. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they gave up any screen. A lot of the screens, they were just grabbing the running back and not letting him even set up. They did a good job reading the screen, like I said. The D-line has grabbed it. I went back and watched the game today, actually. Watched the game film to see what actually happened again in that game, just to get a refresher. But, like I said, these things have gone in 2 different directions since that game. 13 points is the spread. I think that's just disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? The Saints have been on the roll, of course. Like I said, I predicted in the preseason that they would split the season series. I thought it would be a road and road split. I just don't see this being a blowout, yo. Like, I don't see this being a blowout. It doesn't seem right. There's been seasons where the Falcons have been successful and the Saints weren't good either. But we knew this game was going to be a good game regardless. Like, I don't see why people think that this is just going to be some kind of, like, it's not going to be the Eagles. It's not going to be the Bengals. Like, this, no. Matt Ryan has actually been playing at an MVP level also. It's just he got caught in a bad season where Patrick Mahomes and Drew Brees are playing lights out. Like, and not to mention the Falcons are trash. But Matt Ryan's stats have been very, very good. Very good. Offensively, they've been struggling lately. We'll see. Now, Donald Gonzalez, I agree. There is a time the NFL will always humble you. As soon as you're on your high horse, the NFL will always humble you. Do I stick with my preseason guns where I pick the split, or do I go back against the grain now that I've heard that Deion Jones is out? That is the decision. My score prediction for this game. I just want to build drama, so I'm rubbing my hands together. My score prediction, 36-24. to 33. I got the Falcons, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think the Falcons. I think this is the time. You know what I'm saying? They gotta lose. They gotta lose sometime. I mean, they've been on such a hot streak. Um, this is just I don't know. I just picked the like I said. I picked the road and road the split just because this rivalry is so unpredictable. I just think that the way as bad as the Falcons played last time these two teams matched up, I don't know. It just seems like a spot where an upset would happen. You know what I'm saying? The NFL has a way of humbling people. It has a way of humbling people. I'm telling you. Now my comments going crazy. Saying I violated. I'm tripping. They said that I'm tripping. It just seems like a spot. Like I said, the odds are too. It just seems too easy. Like I always believe that Vegas has something to do with these games. 13 points is a lot of points, man. It just seems like a trap. It seems like a trap. Granted, we know how stuff gets rolling at the Superdome. It could. Roman Ace, he says agree a trap game. Y'all in my comments tweaking right now, getting mad. But listen, hey, Donald Gonzalez, he brought up a decent point about 2009. He said he dropped 4 games. Look, you want to peak, and I said it before, you want to peak at the right time. You don't want to peak too early. Getting these losses out the way now is great. There's nothing wrong with losing. You're not going to win every, like, do you guys really think that the Saints were going to lose one game, week 1, and peel off wins for the rest of the season? Like, how likely does that sound? Like, that they will peel off what? 15, 16. Does it really seem likely that they would peel off 16 games in a row? Like, they're going to have to lose sometimes. They beat some of the good teams that I predicted them to lose against. But there's going to be a letdown. Like, period. Like, I don't understand what's like. Is that hard to understand? Like, yeah, they're gonna lose sometime, guys. Like, this is not the end of it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It just seems to me that this could be a trap game, man. It's the light's gonna be bright. We know how this game is, how rowdy it's gonna be. Everybody named Mama gonna be watching this game. It is what it is. It can't be a trap game in week 1 because nobody knows what's going on. How can it be a trap game in week 1? When you don't get trapped giving up 48 points. I don't know, man. The Bucks seem to have the Saints number. I mean, there's 2 wins in a row that they have in this. I don't know what's going on. I wouldn't call it a trap game when you lose to a team in week 17 of last year and you get beat in week 1. I mean, I don't know. I don't think that's trap. I think it's just how it happens in a division. Is there such thing as a divisional trap game? I don't think so. It is what it is. Yeah, I mean, y'all on these comments, y'all feelings are hurt because I'm picking the Falcons to win. But I still think that the Saints are playing the best football in the NFL right now. There's no question. And whether they lose this game or win this game, it's not going to change the way I feel about them because the Falcons are a bad team. So if they destroy them, we know they're bad. But if they lose to them, it's a rivalry game. Ish happens. You weren't going to win 17, 18 games in a row to go on and win the Super Bowl. So it is what it is. Donald Gonzalez said, don't get butthurt if I'm right. If I'm right, listen. If I'm right, I'm not gonna rub it in. I'll probably say I told you so, but I'm not gonna rub it in. It is what it is. Like I said, I'm not gonna feel any different about the team. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the NFL. You will get humbled eventually. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The bright side is, like JC says, the bright side is we don't have to wait 4 or 5 days. We gotta wait 24 hours. To figure out what's going to happen in this game. But I just think 36-33, man, Falcons. Hey, it is what it is. Like I said, remember what I said at the beginning of the show. May not tell you what you want to hear, but it may be what you need to hear. You know what I'm saying? I got this medicine. It's what you need. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and move on. Um, John, this guy said, F them Falcons. Hey, listen. I second that notion as a person that lives in Atlanta also and deals with the obnoxiousness of these Falcons fans. But hey, you gotta admit these games are always good games. I just don't see it being a blow. When's the last time there's been a blowout between these two teams? Like, can somebody look that up? Still, Baylor stole that line from me. You know what I'm saying? You can go back and check the record. I've been saying that for the past 3 years. Well, 2 years. Going back to my podcast that I had before I made it to YouTube. Yeah, well, I'm going to go to Saints versus Falcons before we move on. Saints versus Falcons history. Let's look up the stats for the. I'm going to see when the last time there was a blowout. Because it just seems like, I mean, people are calling it NFL's best rivalry. I can't disagree. Jesus. Okay. The last time there was a double-digit victory in this series was 2016. And the Falcons won 45-32. Hey, like I said, most of these games been a little past game, 43-37. Oh, there was a double-digit victory in 2017. 23-13 Saints, 20-17 Falcons, 38-32 Falcons, 45-32 Falcons, 20-7. Like, dude, these games are always close. 13 points just seems ridiculous to me. Like, I'm actually looking at this series. I'm probably putting money on the Falcons covering at 13 points. Whether they win or lose, I'll get paid. But 13 points just seems disrespectful, and it just seems like Vegas is trying to take advantage for people who don't watch the Falcons, and they've seen the Saints steamrolling everybody. It is what it is. How many more years does Breeze have left? I don't know. He got, 2 years on the contract? So at least that. You know what I'm saying? Your boy Grilled Cheese, what up, man? Seem like you a new face or a new name I've seen in the chat. What up, bro? What up, though? Correction. But it's I don't know. The Saints, they're looking good, man. Like I said, either way, whatever happens tomorrow, I probably won't feel any different about them being the best team in the league right now. It just how I feel. I think it'll be an upset. But let's move on. We spent too much time on this. We'll see what happens. Of course, we'll see what happens tomorrow. Dude, Jonathan Scott said they defense on crutches. Their defense been on crutches. Their defense is on crutches in week 3. What you mean? Deion Jones was out. Keanu Neal's out. Your boy Grilled Cheese. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate the subscription. You know what I'm saying? Every Wednesday we do this live stream. And every week I make these Saints fans mad at me for a couple of days. Until the next live stream when they can come back and try to tell me what I do and don't know. But there's just a circle of life and a circle of football season. That's how this thing go. Nah, Jonathan Scott, he said you're not mad. Bruh, you need to see my comments on that. Go to that Saints Bengals reaction video. Look at them comments. Some of y'all who that brethren or whatever y'all want to own, what y'all want to call them, were getting pissed. Their feelings was hurt. They were ready to come at me, bro. Bro, they were really trying me. Like, they were really trying me, dog. And I'm like, bro, y'all gotta kick rocks. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you can't come at me, if you want to come at me like that and try to get personal because I talked about a team that you're a fan of, like, I mean, you got your own issues first of all, but it's just football, man. Don't get your panties in the bunch, dog. So I appreciate the banter of the ones that continue to come back when stuff may not go, when I may not say everything they want to hear about their team. But everybody got to get that medicine. You know what I'm saying? Even the Panthers, even you saw my video, I had to eat some humble pie and had that come to Jesus meeting with my boys. Dirtbag Dog said he was getting attacked too. Exactly, bro. Like I'm saying, like, that's what happens when certain videos like that, especially when they do a lot of different, like, that video did numbers. That reaction video did numbers. I picked up a bunch of Saints subscribers, and they were coming at me hard, dog. Like, it is what it is. But you guys got to learn how to take that medicine sometimes, yo. Like, I don't know. It just Donald Clark said I got a lot more pie on the way. It's good. Yeah, I got some sweet potato pie, some some chicken pot pie, some chicken pan pie tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Plenty of pie coming my way. Pecan pie. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff coming my way. Dirtbag Don said he ready to move on. I keep trying to move on, but y'all keep coming back to these Saints. You know what I'm saying? It's it's time to move on. Let's do it. Seahawks Panthers. Um, oh, your boy Grilled Cheese. Oh yeah, he dropped the question. Oh yeah. Make sure y'all drop the question for the speed round at the end. Grilled Cheese just dropped the question. I got you at the end. I'm gonna run through Seahawks at the Panthers. This used to be a rivalry game once upon a time. You know what I'm saying? Like they were like the big brother to the Panthers being the little brother. I remember Cam. They benched Cam because he broke some team violation. We played him in prime time, and they put Derek Anderson in. Derek Anderson threw an interception on the first play of the game. And I think did they run it back for a touchdown? I don't know, but they ran it. They did something like that. The Panthers will be at home. It'll be at the Bank of America Stadium. We know that the Panthers are a completely different team on the road than they are at home. Like they won 10 straight at home, which is the longest winning streak. So like current winning streak, but they're like what they're 1-4. I mean 1-3 on the road. Like you got to be able to win on the road. All right. At this point in the playoffs, it's gonna be tough to get a number one seed. I mean, granted, uh, you got to win out to get a number one seed, and that's tough, especially when you're losing, giving away a free game. So the playoffs is what's happening. Like you're gonna have to win on the road if you're a wild card team. So they got to be able to right the ship and be on the road. We thought the issue was starting fast. That's not it. They scored on the first drive. It's just they can't be consistent. But at home, I don't know what it is. Like I guess the crowd gets behind you. You don't have to generate your own energy like you do on the road. On the road, you got to build your own momentum. All of that because you ain't got the fans chanting your name. Excuse me, and all that good stuff. So I don't know. But like I said, this was a little rivalry until about the 2015 season. The Panthers finally got the monkey out their back and beat them in Seattle. Then they ended up blowing them out in the playoffs. And they've been playing each other pretty much every year for the past like freaking at least 6-7 seasons, man. It's really ridiculous how often we've been playing these dudes. But like especially for them to not be in the division, like it's really ridiculous. Seattle, we know they're coming off 10 days rest. They beat the Packers in prime time. Aaron Rodgers just played like crap down the stretch. He was missing easy passes. Like that's not the Aaron Rodgers I recognize. And Russell Wilson didn't play great until towards the end of the game. But that running game they've had has been potent. It's great to see them running the ball. They kind of changed their offense. I mean, they paid all that money to Russell Wilson, so they weren't able to keep the defense together. They finally got a consistent, well, we'll call it consistent running game since losing beast mode. Panthers are undefeated at home. Look, the Panthers' run defense hasn't been great either. Last week, Kerryon Johnson went off. Until he hurt his knee, the Panthers really had no answer for Kerryon Johnson. Like, it was really frustrating. It pissed me off. Like, the run defense, I don't know why the defense is taking so many steps back. There's been a lack of tackling. Like, not even like, whatever. The secondary has actually been probably the strongest unit on the team this season. And that's freaking, if you told me that 2 years ago, that in 2 years, that the secondary would be the strongest position, I'd probably slap you in the face. But it is what it is. The secondary is playing better than the front seven is, and it's usually the opposite. What is going on? I don't know. Will they be able to slow down this running game along Russell Wilson? I think so. However, Russell Wilson is always he always makes furious comebacks against the Panthers. Like I don't know every game is always like that. I mean, whenever there's time on the clock, Russell Wilson is a backyard football extraordinaire. He's got a bachelor's degree in backyard football, so he can bring a team back, i.e., some Aaron Rodgers and Brady type ish, because he's so creative outside the pocket. But the Panthers are back at home, so I like them in the slot. They're gonna have to learn to win on the road eventually. I got them winning this game 27-23. I think that them like I said, the home thing probably is what makes the difference for me. Telling about Bo said, yeah, I mean, when they're pretty similar. When things are even like this, the Panthers need this win because the Seahawks are 5-5, Panthers are 6-4. Losing that game to Detroit kind of put them back in the mix. It's kind of put them out of contention for the division right now, and is kind of falling them back to the regular. They're ahead of the average pack of, I guess, of the playoff teams in the hunt, but they had a leg up on some of those teams, and you can't give away those easy games. The Panthers tend to do that sometimes, and sometimes it costs them. Like last year, I think them losing to the Bears with those 3 turnovers pretty much cost them the division. Because we know the division came down to the last week of the season last year, and the Saints actually lost to the Bucks. But since the Panthers lost to the Falcons, it didn't matter, and they ended up changing the whole thing. They ended up having to go on the road, go to Seattle. It is what it is. Dirtbag Don wants to talk about the 2-point conversion. I talked about that in my other video, how I felt about it. I think that it wasn't a great decision. Riverboat Ron has to figure out who he wants to be. If he wants to be Riverboat Ron or just be conservative coach or coach conservative, whatever you want to call him. Because some of these years, some of the games he's not gone for it on 4th down when he should have, and wanted to be conservative. And his explanation was like, "Oh, there's a bunch of football left," and blah blah blah. When if you're in opponent's territory, it's been proven that you got to go for it. Tonono Boa says horrible decision. I agree, man. Like, I understand that you have confidence in your quarterback, and I understand that it was there and he was open. But I'll say this: I didn't like it, but I get it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't like it, but I get it. You want to say, "Oh, we haven't been that successful on the road, and we want to go ahead and get out of here with the road win." Like, bruh, you had scored 2 touchdowns in the 4th quarter. Your offense had been crap most of the game, but you had scored 2 touchdowns in the 4th quarter already. They haven't been able to stop you. Like, why would you not want to carry that momentum? They haven't really done anything. They got that one drive, and with Kerryon Johnson being out, they pretty much had they pretty much had that momentum on their side. I mean, granted, like I said, they've been doing what they wanted in the 4th quarter offensively. He said, "Oh, I don't want to leave the game down to a coin toss." But yeah, there's a lot more football to be played. If you don't get that 2-point conversion, it's over. If you do get it, there's still a toss up between what can happen in those next plays. You never know. You could win the coin toss. You could kick to them and you play defense, get a 3 and not get the ball back. Like, there's still a lot more stuff up in the air and to question versus we know that whether you get this 2-point conversion, I mean, if you don't get this 2-point conversion, the game is over. If you do get it, you still may lose. So I just think like the percentages didn't seem right to try to go for the win because there was a whole minute left and they had 3 timeouts, like, and they only would have needed a field goal regardless. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me, and I don't get it. You know, I just are you outthinking yourself? I don't know, but that's not the first questionable decision he's made this year. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Galladay had a great game. I will say he had some tough catches, especially being the only legitimate receiver they had playing with Jones being out, and we know Tate got traded. He did his thing. I ain't gonna lie. But we can move on to the Bucks and the Niners. The snoozer of the week. I'm not gonna lie, but I gotta show the boys from down south love because I will be in Tampa in 2 weeks. I can't wait. Get away from this cold weather. I'm going to the Panthers and Bucks game. I can't wait. I'm gonna be water skiing. Y'all need to follow my Instagram because I'm gonna be posting me on some water skis or something when I'm down there. Probably y'all be freezing y'all butts off back home. I'm gonna be down on the beach in Tampa, living it up, making on this vacation. I'm making a long weekend. I'm flying out Friday, coming home Monday. I'm gonna be. It's gonna be lit. I ain't gonna lie. I'm really excited for this. I've been stressed out at work. That's why I haven't really done much this week on the channel. But I'm ready for Tampa. But that's besides the point. Let's talk about the 49ers. Jameis is back in. I don't know if y'all heard, but Jameis is back in. This quarterback controversy was big news just a few weeks ago, but now that they're garbage, it's like, who cares? You know what I'm saying? Like, it didn't even make headlines that Jameis is back. You know what I'm saying? It's funny, man. Like, it's crazy how fast the NFL comes at you. And like I said, the NFL will humble you. Nobody's talking about Fitzmagic anymore. I mean, I like Fitzmagic. I'm not even gonna lie. We know what Jameis has done, but I like Fitzmagic. But I don't know what he was. Some of the throws he was making last week were very Jameis like. I don't understand. I read a stat that Buccaneers quarterbacks have thrown 2+ interceptions in 6 straight games. Granted, their yardage is on pace for the best offensive yardage in ever. More than those Broncos that got beat by the Seahawks in the Super Bowl. They're on pace to be the most productive yardage offense uh, uh, in history. Dirtbag Dom, that adjective is correct. Dumpster fire is a great way to put it. Um, Boa said, we haven't seen the end of Fitzmagic. He'll be back. He said they're going to bench Jameis again. I see it. I think if they lose 2 more games and Jameis starts taking some hits maybe, the ownership will probably give Dirk Cutter a call and be like, yo, don't put him out there. We're not trying to bring him back. Only way we on the hook for this bread is if he gets hurt. So don't let this man get hurt. Take him out. RG3 treatment. Like I said, maybe it was too early for them to do it earlier this year. But Jonathan said the Bucks would be a trap game. Hey, listen. They were in a bad spot last year and they beat the Saints in week 17. The division is wild. I'm trying to tell y'all, division games can't be trap games. Anybody can win these games. Like, the familiarity can be good, but it also can be bad. You know what I'm saying? Even on a short week when preparation is key, you've seen this team already, like the Falcons in this spot. So you don't have to do too much game planning because you know what time it is. You just got to rest up and get healthy. But Dirtbag Don said so many weapons on offense. He don't even understand the defense shouldn't be bad. It's on the coach. I agree because the GM has pretty much done the past 2 seasons. Jason Light has done plenty to get talent. Like, they have defense and offensive talent. Like, their front 7 should be way better than what it is. Their secondary, okay, yeah, they don't have all the talent there, but they have some young guys that can be something. But I think their front 7 is good enough for them to be even more respectable. Offense, they have a staple of weapons. OJ Howard is out, but they still have a staple of weapons that most quarterbacks would beg for. Alexander's a great LB. You know what I'm saying? Quan, he's great, but Quan's out. Quan's out. He's been out for a while, but they still have their front 4 is still Vinny Curry, Gerald McCoy, JPP. They have guys. They have names. Like, it just don't make no sense. It's just an organizational issue. I think they're gonna have to clean house. Jason Light, it sucks for him because he's gotten the talent, but at the same time, the GM also takes blame for hiring the coaches. So you got to be held accountable for that also. Sometimes you get a little cop out that the coach can't get the job done, but at the same time, you let go of Lovie Smith for Dirk Cutter because you want to curate a relationship with Jameis Winston. This is the karma you get for getting rid of a coach, a pretty good coach at that. You know what I'm saying? So everything comes full circle. The NFL will humble you. Let's get back on topic, though. The 49ers will be rolling out that third-string quarterback, Mullins. Is his name Mullins? Nick Mullins? He's kind of a funny-looking dude. If y'all haven't seen his roster picture, go check him out. It's kind of funny-looking. Hate to be a jerk, but there's no reason why the Bucs shouldn't win this game at home versus the 49ers. Granted, we did see the 49ers beat the Raiders in primetime when Mullins threw 3 touchdowns, but the Bucs aren't Raiders bad. They're bad. They're just not Raiders bad. If y'all missed my point in the video, my theory was to play 2 quarterbacks for the Bucs. Play one in the first half, whoever you want, and bring the second one in. The second one tends to do better in mop-up duty. They always bring the team back into the game. So you play 2 quarterbacks, you get the best of both worlds. You know what I'm saying? Each quarterback's only good for a half of football. So I think you split that half up. Half and a half make a whole, guys. Put them things in there and make it happen. I mean, what else you got to lose besides your job? And that's already gone, so you might as well try some stuff. You know what I'm saying? But for the Bucs, it's going to simply go down to them taking care of the football. They have the weapons. They put up the yards. They move the ball. They just got to take care of the ball. Turning over in the red zone is not going to cut it. That's taking point. As bad as your field goal kicker has been, you can't even. Sometimes you don't even give him a chance to kick a field goal because you can't be. It's a recipe for disaster when you're not getting the red zone because you turn the ball over in the red zone and you don't have a good kicker because you feel like you have to get a touchdown because you know your kicker might miss the field goal, so you're going to take more chances and that results in those interceptions that you keep throwing. So it's a catch-22. We know how many kickers they ran through. Like I said, they ran through kickers like I ran through dirty draws. It's crazy, man. Like every day, it seems like they're signing or cutting the kicker. It's wild. You know what I'm saying? But there's no reason they shouldn't win this game. Uh, like I said, their offense is way too much talent. They move the ball way too. Like there should be not a layup, but I just don't see the Bucks blowing out anybody in this stage in the NFL. Like I couldn't see them blowing out anybody. But I do have them winning this game, 30-23. I think that Jameis plays a decent game. What's a decent game by Jameis standards? 1 interception. I give him 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. And I think they win the game 30-23. It's bad when 1 interception for Jameis is a solid game. But we know how that is. I'd be so thirsty on this live stream. I don't know why. I'm talking too much. Speed round though. Y'all go ahead and drop these questions, man. Let me get back up to the top. Pittsburgh at Denver. Ooh, that's a good one. I'll get to that one. What's going on? Let me scroll. Let me stroll down. Y'all drop them questions. I'm coming through. Oh, yeah. Tony Bo. You gotta. Oh, make sure you run it back, Tony Bo. I talked about Lamar. I had a good little segment about Lamar Jackson. That was the second topic I talked about. So make sure if you came in late, you check that replay. Because I talked about the Monday Night Football shootout. I talked about Lamar Jackson a good amount. But we'll keep it going. Did I pass something? Oh yeah, Gonzaga beat Duke today, bruh. We were just talking about that. You know what I'm saying? How good they were. Last week I got a question about Duke. I don't know if the question was that I think they would go undefeated, but Gonzaga, yo, I didn't watch the game, but they pretty much were up. Most of the game they were leading at halftime. It was a coast-to-coast win. Like I don't understand. Like I mean, I still think Duke will be one of the final teams left at the end of the season, but dang, I thought they would go undefeated. You know what I'm saying? What, 33? Is it 33-0? Dude, where are the questions? I just lost the questions. Where is the New York, where's my new, the question my new subscriber put up? Duke played Gonzaga, man. Damn, I can't find it. Where's that question? Did he delete them? Or am I just blind? Y'all make sure. Oh yeah, y'all make sure y'all get a video thumbs up if you hadn't already. I'm doing a speed round now. Appreciate y'all tuning in. We're almost at an hour. Dang. Y'all make sure y'all get good and fat and full tomorrow. Said Jameis is a beast when he's not throwing interceptions. That's the catch-22 with Jameis, bro. He's good when he's not throwing interceptions. I'm also tall when I'm standing on a 2-foot ladder, but when I'm not, which is most of the time, I'm short. So Jameis most of the time throws interceptions. I mean, he is what he is at this point. Roman asked how many years does Brees have left? Brees, he signed a 2-year contract. If he wins MVP and they win a Super Bowl, he might be out this year. Especially with them already having Teddy Bridgewater in the helm, I think that he would feel comfortable leaving and riding off into the sunset if he was to get an MVP and win a Super Bowl this year. As a Panthers fan, nothing would bring me more joy than to get Drew Brees out of this division. You know what I'm saying? He's been a menace to my team in the NFL for a while. Great career, much respect for the guy, but he's been a menace, been a thorn in the side, throwing for a lot of yards on my team. But like I said, if he wins the MVP and the Super Bowl, he's out. Period. I don't think there's any question about that. There would be nothing to come back for, honestly. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not. But honestly, it's not like he gets hit a bunch. So there's nothing to really worry about there. He doesn't get hit a bunch. He's in pretty good shape. The O line is great, so they're protecting him. Um, I don't know. He had a 2-year contract. I think at the most 2, but it is what it is. Somebody asked me who wins the Super Bowl. Woo! Grilled cheese. Asked me who wins the Super Bowl. Rams, Saints, or Chiefs. Don't forget the Patriots. They're gonna have something to say about it. They're gonna have something to say about it. I think down the stretch. But who wins? Right now, man. Like I said, I thought the Saints were the best team in the league. Can they beat? Well, I wonder what would happen with the Saints and Chiefs Super Bowl. Oh my God, that'd be worth the price in freaking gold. The Saints versus Chiefs Super Bowl. Oh my God, that'd be great. In the A? Oh my God. You know what I'm saying? That'd be great. My mouth watering thinking about that matchup. That's a lot. Uh, he adds tomorrow and after the win against the Panthers, will the Lions have a possibility to win against the Bears? Remember the Bears killed them on Veterans Day. Um, the Lions do have a chance. They're at home. The Bears won't have. I almost caught myself, guys. I almost said that Mitch Trubisky will be. I still don't believe in Mitch Trubisky. Granted, he's earned some more respect and he can run, but he'll be out. It'll be what, Chase Daniel, the former Saints, if you guys remember. Damn, I got something in my eye. Chase Daniel will be starting for the Bears. It could be a recipe disaster, but Khalil Mack is still on that side. You gotta like your chances when you got Khalil Mack. He's not a quarterback, but he can score some touchdowns his darn self. He's a game changer, a game wrecker. I know y'all seen when he freaking pancaked that Vikings left tackle with one hand. He threw him on the ground with one hand. That was wild, dude. This dude's a beast. Um, so it is what it is on that point. I think the Bears do have. I think the Bears will probably win, but I think the Lions definitely have a chance. Khalil Mack is, oof. Between him and Aaron Donald, I think they had a debate on what's it called on Grilled Cheese that he's back. I'm talking about your question too. Um, do Khalil Mack? Would y'all rather have Khalil Mack or Aaron Donald? They were talking about this on Undisputed. That's a tough task. I'll take Khalil Mack. I'll take an edge rusher versus interior. I mean Aaron Donald. He gets double teamed 70% of the time and he's still leading the league in sacks. That's the wildest stat I've probably seen all year. Like, my man gets double teamed over 70% of the snaps. But he still lead the league in sacks, yo. Like, are you serious? That's wild. Would y'all rather have Khalil Mack or Aaron Donald? Let me know. But I don't think you can go wrong with either one. They're both nasty. Aaron Donald's like a different type of nasty. He just mean. Like, he has so much hate. He seems like he has so much hate in his heart. Like, Khalil Mack is just a beast because he's a beast. But Aaron Donald just seems like a genuinely angry person all the time. Like, whether it's slamming helmets or doing whatever. Like, he just plays so violent. I would just literally hate to tackle him because, like, he seemed like them dudes just, I don't know. It is what it is. Let's move it on. Couple more questions in the speed round. Pittsburgh at Denver. I got Pittsburgh, man. I know that Pittsburgh got the win last week versus the Jags. It was close. They had to come from behind and win, but Pittsburgh's been hot. Is it in Denver? I don't know, but I think it'll be a good game. Denver hasn't been dominant defensively like we thought they would be or could be or usually are, but they still have guys like Von Miller. But the Steelers have top 2 O-line in the league. Probably toss up between them and the Saints. It seems like it just seems like Pittsburgh. We know they're the little brother to the Patriots, so I don't see them getting past the Patriots. And they already lost to the Chiefs. at home. So I don't. Pittsburgh just seems like they're good, but they're not it. Not this year. Um, yeah, definitely Chargers are great. Um, yeah, I agree. Like I said, I talked about it before. Ton of us like, yeah, ton of us, make sure. I talked about the Monday Night Football game, so make sure you run it back to the beginning of that and check that out. But I said that this year the score will be up, but I think defenses will adjust. Why else do you think they always tilt the rules in the offense's favor? Because the defenses always catch up, and it's ended up being ugly 10-3 or 10-9 games or 9-6 games like the Cardinals and the Seahawks used to play in prime time games. You remember those boring games? Nobody wants to see that. The only highlights of the games were missed field goals. Um, but I don't think it's a feature. I think defense will catch up eventually. Then they'll change the rules again, and before you know it, it's gonna look like Canadian football because they have to give offenses so many benefits. There's only a few things you can do. Uh, Dirtbag Don said the Saints running the table. Let's talk about it. I already said they gotta lose sometime. They're not gonna win, bro. They're not gonna win. They're not gonna win out, even if they do win the Super Bowl. Like I said, losing this game, if they lose to the Falcons, I'll feel the same about them as I do right now. You know what I'm saying? I still think they're the best team in the league right now. So it is what it is. The Tunnel Bowl said the Jags are running the table. Yikes! Now with Blake Bortles at quarterback, they're not. I don't believe in Blake. I was happy to see Jalen Ramsey had 2 picks last week. After a lot of people have been talking so much trash about him, talking about how he was garbage. But it is what it is. Everybody down said neither the Chiefs or Rams can beat the Saints. All three can put up 50, but we're the only ones playing with a smidgen of defense. I agree. You know what I'm saying? It just depends where the game is at. I think that's going to be the biggest factor of where these teams play at. You know, when they catch them on the matchup, where these teams play at. You know what I'm saying? Being at home and who gets the most turnovers tends to be the telltale for these games. Who wins the NFC East? I think it's going to be the Cowboys. I hate to say it. As obnoxious as they are, I think it'll be the Cowboys. The Redskins lost Alex Smith. Jesus, that leg. I still haven't seen the video of his leg injury. Thank goodness. They said it was on the anniversary, the 33-year anniversary when Joe Theismann broke his leg with Lawrence Taylor. But Alex Smith is out. The Eagles are reeling. The Giants, I don't think they're going to win all them games in a row like Odell Beckham claims they're going to do. The Cowboys win by default. Feels up to me, their division wouldn't get anybody in the playoffs for being that garbage. Y'all are just throwing teams out. Somebody said the Jags are on the table. The Raiders are running the table. What are y'all? Y'all just tripping. Y'all been up too late. You know what I'm saying? Chiefs Pittsburgh or Chiefs Pats AFC Championship. I say Chiefs Pats. Will be my prediction for the AFC Championship. The Chargers may be in the mix also too. Yeah, Tony Boas, you said that. The Chargers may be in the mix too. Jonathan Scott said last year Jameis took the whole division to the wire. You right. He like I don't know. The Bucks compete. They just seem like that's what their little brother. No matter how hard they try, they just seem to be one step below everybody else. Everybody Don said the Steelers not winning because karma. I'm guessing you talking about Le'Veon Bell. I agree. Tony Boy said Khalil Mack or Von Miller. Oof, that's a tough one. That's tough. I'll say Khalil Mack. I like Khalil Mack. Actually, I'm a bigger fan of Von Miller, but I would probably take Khalil Mack just because Khalil Mack is bigger, stronger. His impact is huge. Von Miller's impact is huge, but has him getting the Super Bowl ring, Super Bowl MVP, and the money really kind of calmed him down. Yes, he's still very productive, but here's what it is. I mean, I'm a fan of Von Miller, like I said. He has a very attractive girlfriend. Go check out his Instagram profile if you haven't. His girlfriend is fine. I'm a big fan of hers and his. But Von Miller, I like him, man. He's so fast off the line. He's one of the better speed rushers in the league. It's just C. Kenchman in the building. What up, though? What up, dude? Appreciate you checking in, bro, on the back end. Make sure you run it back, bro. Check about all the topics. If y'all just checking in, make sure you get the playback. It will be posted to the channel after the live stream is over. Always, as always. Let's move on. Opinion: Aaron Rodgers is overrated. How do I feel about it? I don't think Aaron Rodgers is overrated. I think he gets a lot more hype. I guess that is overrated if he gets a lot more hype. I don't think he's untouchable, but he can definitely elevate the talent level of his players around him. But I would never call Aaron Rodgers overrated. I've seen him make too many plays, but I think that he starts believing in himself and starts smelling himself a little bit too much at times, and that can come back to bite him when he's a very beatable quarterback. He's not one of those guys like that you just you can't beat Aaron Rodgers. He doesn't put fear in your heart. He's definitely deadly, but nobody's afraid of Tom Brady. Aaron Rodgers. People are afraid of Tom Brady. People are afraid of Drew Brees. People are afraid of Patrick Mahomes. Like Aaron Rodgers is gonna make plays, but you're not afraid of him. People aren't afraid of Ben Roethlisberger. We respect what he can do. You're not afraid of him. You're not afraid of Matt Ryan. You know what he can do, but you're not afraid of him. It is what it is. As good as Aaron Rodgers is, he can make any throw inside the pocket, outside the pocket, flicking the wrist. He's a magician, man. He's a wizard with the football, but I don't know. Kitchen said Jameis better take advantage. Exactly. We talked about that a little bit. Like I said, what better team to right the ship against than the 49ers? You know what I'm saying? This is like homecoming in college, playing those scrub cupcake teams. You got to put up the numbers, pad them stats. You know what I'm saying? So the boy said when they played the Chiefs, they had the worst defense in the NFL, but they only lost by 3. Yeah, that's true. It was at home though, and they actually. I don't think Patrick Mahomes had a great game that game. Dirtbag Don, appreciate you, bro. Happy holidays, happy Thanksgiving. Go get fat on some turkey. Drive safe if you're hitting the road. But I don't know. It depends where. It depends where. Oh, he threw 5 touchdowns. How many yards did he have? Did he have a bunch of yards? Because it was like what 38-28 was the final score. I was trying to go. I'm trying to remember back how that game went. But he did have a great game. You're right. Exactly. Happy Thanksgiving to you too, Kenchman. 45. What game am I thinking about? I must be thinking about the wrong game because I looked at Patrick Mahomes' game logs this week. Today, earlier, but my bad. Your defense might have been bad, but it might have been good Chiefs offense too at the same time. So you got to give credit to both sides. I'll talk about Kenchman just checked in, man. Make sure you go back and check my Bucks prediction. I'll talk about Jameis a little bit. But I don't know if you saw my latest video where I talked about running the 2 quarterback system and starting one quarterback one half, one other quarterback. I appreciate that. Complete Chaos giving instructions, dropping the knowledge on everybody. Make sure y'all hit the bell icon. That way you get a notification as soon as the live stream starts. And as soon as I drop a video, make sure you share these links to your friends. Tell a friend. When I say tell a friend, I really mean that. Tell your friend to tell his friend to tune in, subscribe, hit the bell icon. I appreciate that. But I'm going to get ready to sign off, man, because I got to get ready. I got to get up early. I got to hit the road. I'm going up to South Carolina this weekend. I'm going to get fat. I appreciate y'all tuning in, man, but make sure y'all eat a lot. Make sure y'all take y'all naps during like I said, take your nap during the Lions game. It's going to be boring. Make sure y'all get y'all nap in during the Lions game. That way y'all can be up and fresh for the Saints versus Falcons game. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about the Lions. They play every year. Make sure y'all get y'all nap in. Make sure y'all ready. Jay Steves, I appreciate you tuning in, man. You was here from start to finish, all 74 minutes. I appreciate you tuning in. Kendrick says go Bucks and go Pats. The Pats off their bye week. They'll be back this week. So let's keep an eye out on them. Complete Chaos. I appreciate the love, man. I appreciate you and wifey. Y'all make sure y'all enjoy y'all holiday too. Tony Boas, appreciate you. Grilled cheese guy, I appreciate you tuning in. Who else? Who else get a shout out? Jonathan Scott. Dirtbag Dom, of course. Donald Gonzalez, Donald Clark. Y'all always tuning in. Everybody be safe. Everybody don't eat yourself into a coma. Make sure y'all catch y'all next week. Roman 8th, shout out to you too. I appreciate all y'all. I'm gonna sign off, man. My mouth getting dry. I gotta take a nap. Actually, I gotta go to sleep. I'm gonna drive in the morning. So make sure y'all get the video thumbs up. Appreciate y'all. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.